Chillax, 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 chillax.
Is the coach. You're tuned in to Matt.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Santa Clara. Today, it's an NFC West battle between and the San Francisco 49ers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline.
21.
They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
By 20.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. They go play action with Wilson. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 15 carries, 52 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Dancing, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. On 2nd down, Wilson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. Buying time to his left. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he will Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens.
Set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Wilson, and he will get in to make it 8-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. The 40, 30, 10, touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 77 yards. And the 49ers move back within a couple of the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
One quarter in the books. 8-7 our score. We're back to Santa Clara after this. As we'll see one following the score on the font. Gold now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Give him 3 on the play, and just like that, it's third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. And Olsen over the middle. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. And that'll be incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
To throw is Wilson. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. The Seahawks on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they're throwing interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Coleman, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Out to the left here to Reed. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. Garoppolo again. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Wilson being chased out left. Wide open receiver complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Steps away to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Flush to his right. It's caught. Lockett. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw. Forced out to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. As he'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. To throw is Wilson. To throw on 2nd down.
This complete to Lockett. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And Myers able to knock it through. 4, it's 11-7. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
And the 49er hands team does its job. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face masks.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't, because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will he?
No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. Myers connects on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And out now come the Seahawks. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Wilson now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. To throw on 2nd down. Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. D. Ford in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. There's Wilson to throw. Dancing to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. 4th down, here's Wilson. And he fends him off. He can run for it, and he will. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So the magic runs out, so to speak. They were 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions, now 3 for 4.
So the defense finally gets to exhale.
Yeah.
Because they were wondering, 3 for 3 getting converted on 4th down. That percentage is way high. They hadn't stopped them at all. Finally, they get a stop. They can get to the sidelines now and rest a little bit. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They will run again with Coleman. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he finds the tight end, Reed. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
Here we go.
This is Coleman, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Coleman now. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This is caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a
Drinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On 1st down, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Carson. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gordon. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Wilson. And this one's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Wilson. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on 4th, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive line can't hold up, that's often the result. They find a way back to the quarterback.
And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 78 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Garoppolo. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Garoppolo to throw on second down. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And it's 3rd and short.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter window.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. But I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And an alley to run. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Wilson wants to throw it. Being chased out left. Steps away to his left. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. This is caught inside the 15. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Throwing is Wilson. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now Wilson. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. A road win in the National Football.
I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. Shorty wanna me cousin wearing gold. I came up and made it happen, now it's by the stove. Big inside this case is once do me dirty, I'ma find you.